Hello, my name is Robbie and welcome to the Girl Bike Love channel. So today we're going to be talking about a very common problem when it comes to cycling, and that is how to take your front wheel off your bike. So there's many reasons why you might need to change your front wheel. You could have had a puncture and you need to repair it. You might be changing the tyres, or you could be changing the whole wheel set itself. Whatever the reason, taking your front wheel off is something that you're going to be doing quite a lot as a bike owner. So before we start, the first thing you're going to need to do is prepare a safe space to work. So if you're at home and in your garage and have a stand, brilliant, you can use that. But if you're stuck out on the road, you're going to have to get off the road, find somewhere safe, and more than likely flip your bike over. Because the majority of us are going to be doing this with our bikes upside down, that's how I'm going to show you in today's video. So the first bike we're going to be working on is a classic shopper, and this has a bolt through axle. So you'll see these on classic bikes, fixies, and even modern shopping bikes. So before you start, you're going to need to release the brakes. So it's a really simple job. All you need to do is push the tops of the brake together and unhook the noodle. Once you've done that, you flip the bike and you come to the bolts themselves. You want to take them anti-clockwise to loosen. You want to do a little bit on each side until they are finger loose. Then slowly loosen them off until you can take the safety catch out of the hole. Once you've done that and everything is nice and loose, you're going to need to remove the wheel. On a bike like this, you could have things like baskets attached and even mudguards. So remember the order that everything is on the axle for when you take it out. Then when you're ready to, you've got the order, all you need to do is lift the wheel up, take it out and take everything off the side ready to go. Then when you need to put it back in, make sure everything's in the correct order and you re-hook the brake at the end. So the next wheel we're going to be removing is on this mountain bike. This mountain bike has a security skewer, which is very similar to a quick release skewer, so we're going to talk about them together. So a quick release skewer looks like this. To undo a quick release skewer, all you have to do is open the handle and turn to the left to release it. On a security skewer, you actually have to use a tool, which will be something as simple as an Allen key or a specialist tool that they give you. The reason why people use security skewers is because quick releases are so easy to get into, people find that their wheels do get stolen, so it's better to use a security skewer. So to undo a security skewer, take the tool, literally put it into the axle itself, turn it anti-clockwise to the left until it's nice and loose, there's some play in the wheel, then knock the wheel out. One thing we will mention is on bikes with hydraulic disc brakes, if there's not a wheel in, you do not want to pull the lever to the brake because it will set the piston closer together, which will make your brakes bind. So when you put it back all together, make sure everything is nice and tight on the skewer. Obviously you're going to want it fairly tight, that your wheel isn't going to fall off, but not too tight that you damage the threads on the through axle itself. So the last bike we're going to be looking at is a modern road racing bike. And on this, it has a through axle. So just like the security skewer, you are going to need an Allen key set to undo this. All you do is put the Allen keys into the through axle and turn to the left. When it's loose enough, just use your hand, finish the job there. This bike has hydraulic brakes, so I'm going to make sure not to pull the brakes while the wheel's out. The through axle comes out, the wheel comes out, the through axle looks just like this. When you do put this back together, one thing you do need to be very careful of with through axles especially, is they are at the correct torque. So if you're out on a ride and all you have is an Allen key, tighten it up to the point where it's nice and tight, but don't over tighten it or you can actually end up damaging your fork. If you're at home, it is advisable to use a torque wrench to the torque that is stated on the side of the through axle, like so. So it is that simple to remove your front wheel from a bike. The only things we will say before we go is make sure that your brakes are put back together and also the wheel is in nice and tight so it doesn't fall out when you leave. Thank you so much for watching today. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you up soon.